Welcome back to the Stingy Trigger Tabletop. This is Trigger here again, doing another one of our bulk ammunition test videos. Today we are again testing the bulk Blazer ammunition. Comes in the 525 round boxes. And today's test gun was the Ruger SR-22. As always, we are shooting 1,000 rounds of the ammunition through this gun. We started with a brand new clean gun, took it apart, took it completely down, cleaned it, lubed it, put it back together, and started shooting. And we shot 1,000 rounds without interruption and without cleaning over 3 separate outings. The specific ammo again is the bulk Blazer. This is the 40 grain lead-nosed variety, firing at 1,235 feet per second. The cost for this particular ammunition is $16.99 per box, which makes it roughly 3.3 cents per round fired. So it's certainly one of the most affordable ones that's out there. And it's a fairly accurate round overall, although not quite so much when it comes out of the Ruger SR-22. The tiny little short 2-inch barrel on this guy does not necessarily like to be very accurate, even at short to medium ranges. This is our first 10 rounds that we fired. All on paper, overall about a 3.5-inch group with one flyer sticking out here. So respectable. Overall, not the greatest grouping though. This gun we've noticed tends to not be horribly happy with a lot of the different types of ammunition that we've used. But nevertheless, all at least on paper at 7 yards out of the SR-22. The last 10 rounds, rounds 991 through 1,000, a little bit better grouping in the center if you discount a couple of outliers here, but overall still on paper, probably about a 6-inch group overall after 1,000 rounds have been put through the gun without any form of cleaning or maintenance. The cleanliness of the gun, well, as you can probably see here, I'm going to go ahead and zoom in the camera. It's pretty gross down inside here. The feed ramp's pretty caked up. This is the same thing that we've encountered on a number of our other guns. This particular ammunition, while the lead nose itself is not that dirtying, you can kind of see there's a light lacquer, almost a wax-like coating that comes on these particular rounds. And we're fairly certain that as it heats up and it spreads, it tends to bind up with a lot of your dust, dirt, soot particles, unburned powder and whatnot to really kind of foul up the interior of the gun. It doesn't seem to affect accuracy too much, but it does start to affect cycling a little bit as it's kind of a gummy, sticky residue. Let me zoom back out here again. You can see here, sort of on paper, the consistency of this stuff. Like I said, it tends to be a little gooey. It's almost got a crayon-like consistency to it. It's again a little waxy. It's soft. It's not very gritty. It's not full of lots of large particulates that are going to wear on your gun. But it is kind of a gross goo that does build up from this particular ammunition. Nevertheless, despite the goo, it was a fairly well-performing firearm overall. We once again had 0 duds, we had 0 squibs, and 0 hang fires in the 1,000 rounds that were fired out of this particular 22 pistol. We did not have any failures to eject. However, at least out of this guy, there was a number of times that we had a failure to feed, whether it was either a round not stripping off, because it didn't cycle fully, or a round getting jammed as it was peeled in off of the magazine with all the goo in here. Overall, we had failures to feed at rounds 100, and then later on at round 391, 392, and round 441. Now, the first time we went out, we shot 450 rounds, so I believe it was just a choke at the beginning as it got warmed up, and then again as this sort of sticky goo works itself into the gun, especially once the gun got a lot hotter. As you'll see in the video, it was literally shooting magazine after magazine after magazine, and while one of us was shooting, the other one was loading. So in the total time of about 2 to 2.5 hours, we shot 1,000 rounds through these guns on 2 consecutive outings. The only times that it had failures to feed was at the very beginning, like around the first 100 rounds or so, and then again as we approached that 450 round to 500 round mark of uninterrupted firing. So overall though, a total of 5 failures to feed, no failures to eject, and again no squibs, hang fires, or duds. So overall a very reliable ammo out of this particular 22 LR handgun. So in conclusion, Blazer 22 bulk, good stuff. Will work reliably, will cycle this gun reliably. Overall, great ammo and a good option for those of you who are looking for a nice cheap ammo for your SR-22. Definitely gets a recommendation from us, and we'll see how it stacks up overall once we get a few more in here, but for right now that is our preferred ammo for the Ruger SR-22. As always, thanks for watching. Please subscribe for more fun gun and project videos, and remember, we're just a couple of city slickers working this out as we go along. Thanks for watching.
Round count in this one. 400. What was the failure?
We had 2 sticky failures to feed at round 391 and 302 in the Ruger SR-22. And yeah, that's getting pretty gross.
Okay.